avoid hard exit. That's all right for me in a written process to make decision about this. But if there is need to discuss at the place of in Brussels, it means that I'm ready to go there also. But now it seems for me that it is possible to have a written process.
Yes, indeed, we need a very balanced approach to the budget. We are at the beginning, so there is quite a process ahead of us still to have all the different aspects and interests from Member State, the Commission, the Parliament, and the policies. The good thing is that we share completely. We've been discussing in the Council, for example, the strategic agenda and my political guidelines, and there's a vast overlapping with two main topics. The one is the European Green Deal. It's topic number one, and at the same time, digitalization. And we all know that our future, a strong European Union, a prosperous industry with SMEs, having a leadership role in the world depends on whether we're going to be successful in digitalization and for the whole society and mainly for the planet, whether we are going to be successful in the European Green Deal. That gives us potentially a role as a role model of exporter of technologies, green financing, and the proof that the transition into a climate-friendly, climate-neutral production and behavior is possible in a fair way. So that's a big task, but we share the goals. This is very important. And therefore, of course, we're going to argue on the budget in details. But what I'm also going to do, and this is the more important part, is streamline the budget on the green agenda. And this goes from cohesion to agriculture to the modernization part. The modernization part, for example, is science, research, innovation, just to take some examples, and streamline, of course, our policies towards the digitalization factor.
Okay, then we take one more very short question, MTV3.
Janne Puumalainen from MTV News Finland. Question for both of you, Mr. Prime Minister and Mrs. President-elect. Recently we have seen some member states using veto in topics like enlargement and the rule of law, which are quite fundamental in the EU. Do you see the consensus-based system as a problem for EU's renewal? Thank you.
I will say that there is questions like foreign policy, where it could be better in future in some questions to have a majority decision-making process. But in general, I will say that it is very important that we together can make decisions. If I think the enlargement process, I hope that we can in the coming spring make together decisions that we are ready to start or open negotiations with Albania and North Macedonia. It is very important because of the situation of Western Balkan, that those peoples who live there have a real trust that they belong to European Union, to Europe. And that's a very important question for Finland, and I'm sure that it is a very important question for all European Union members countries. That's a very important question, that enlargement in future also.
Yeah, here too we are on the same side of the page. That I think in foreign policies it's often also a matter of speedy response or statement. So there we might work together very closely to move towards the possibility of majority votes, because when time is pressing and you have a few hours that the European Union is giving a statement, you cannot have a procedure where one country potentially is blocking the whole thing and the European Union is neither seen nor heard on the international stage when the world is calling for a statement or standpoint of the European Union. But there are other processes, and enlargement is an example where there is a good reason for a unanimous approach, because it has a lot of consequences if you open accession talks and potentially have an enlargement of the European Union. What the Western Balkan is concerned, I want to send a very strong message that we do care about them. We want them close to us. So we are deeply impressed how much they engaged, how dedicated they worked to fulfill all the tasks we asked them to do. Therefore, I hope that in due time we will have the possibility to open accession talks, because it is of utmost importance. It's in the interest of the Western Balkans, it's in our interest of the European Union, and it's a region that is of utmost importance for us.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's time to close the press conference. I wish you all a very nice day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.